InvestEngine is one of the UK's leading investment platforms. They're best known for their large selection of over 690 different ETFs and their incredibly low fees, with no platform fee on the DIY side. However, these are not the only reasons why InvestEngine is a great platform in my opinion, as they also have a host of very neat features which tend to go under the radar. Maybe because the fees are so low, it's not expected that they should also have great features. But the functionality set was actually a key reason why I chose InvestEngine as my primary stocks and shares platform over 2 years ago, as it makes investing super easy, long-term investing particularly super easy, which is particularly important to how I want to invest. So to give the features the spotlight I think they deserve, we're going to go through 15 of my favourites, which may just help you too with your investing journey. The features are mainly aimed at the DIY side of the platform, but there'll be a few which also apply to the manage for you side. So let's get into it, let's bring up the app and let's go through the first feature, which is Auto Invest. This feature automatically invests any uninvested cash you have in your account into your chosen portfolio weights. It's super easy to turn on either through the options menu on your portfolio or the entry points you see at the top of your portfolio. And this feature is neat for those who want any cash they have in their account to be invested into their portfolio as quickly as possible. And it's also neat for those like me who have dividend paying ETFs and want those dividends invested back into their portfolio as quickly as possible. If you don't want to have all the cash invested from your account into your portfolio, you can set a cash buffer using the feature here. The second feature continues the automation theme in savings plans. This allows you to set up recurring payments from your bank into your portfolio. You can either set it up for weekly, fortnightly, or monthly payments, and can set it up from as little as £20 for weekly and fortnightly payments, and as little as £50 for monthly payments. The best bit about this feature is that when you have a savings plan set up, the Auto Invest feature is automatically turned on, meaning that when that recurring payment hits your InvestEngine account, the money is automatically invested into your portfolio's chosen weights. This means you can just sit back and let the automation do all the hard work. And this also makes this feature great for those who want to do a dollar cost, pound cost averaging approach in a low hassle way. This is exactly what I do. I've had a savings plan set up pretty much from the moment they launched this feature. And it's been my favourite InvestEngine feature ever since. The next feature is rebalancing. This is another feature you can find through the portfolio options menu. This feature allows you to reset your DIY portfolio to your original asset allocation in a single click. It does this through generating a combination of buy and sell trades to realign your portfolio to your chosen investment weights. And this is useful to those who have seen some of their ETFs rise or fall more than others and want to return their portfolio weights back to the original allocation. I tend to do this around every year, and the reason I do it is because my portfolio weights are aligned to my specific risk appetite, and after a year the weights tend to drift beyond my own personal thresholds, what I'm comfortable with, and I want to return back to the portfolio weights aligned to my risk appetite. The next feature is one of InvestEngine's newest features in the ability to hide your portfolios from your dashboard. If you're anything like me and have tried out a few different InvestEngine portfolios, you will have several different rows on your dashboard when you first enter the app. And this can be quite annoying as it takes up a lot of space. But the good news is that InvestEngine now have a feature which means you can hide those portfolios and you can also order the portfolios. And you can do this by simply holding down the portfolio, and here you'll be able to see the hide button. So this is neat to enable you to organize your portfolios on your InvestEngine dashboard. The next feature is analytics. You can find this either on the portfolio options menu if you want to see portfolio level analytics, or if you've got multiple portfolios with InvestEngine and want to see analytics across all your portfolios, you can go to the InvestEngine dashboard, and then at the bottom here we have a 4 squares menu. Click on that and click on analytics, and here we can see analytics across all our portfolios. And we have 4 filters to get insights. Firstly, a regional breakdown. And here we can see my portfolio is mainly exposed to North America. Then we have a sector breakdown, which shows me my exposure across different sectors. And if I click on a specific sector, it gives me a further breakdown. Then we have a holdings breakdown, which is my favorite InvestEngine analytical tool as it really brings to life my equity ETF investments. Here I can see the companies held within the ETFs I own. So I have Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, and so on. Then finally, we have the asset class breakdown. So this is very neat to really bring to life your investments. The next feature is reports. Not many people are aware you can generate custom reports through InvestEngine's platform. And you can find this feature through that 4 squares menu again. And once you're there, you'll be able to generate a variety of reports for different purposes, from valuation statements to a capital gains report. And you can specify the time period for the reporting, and some reports allow you to either generate a PDF or an Excel, or you can do both. And once you've generated the report, you'll see it in this list and can use it as you wish. The next feature is also accessible through the 4 square menu, and that's transactions. Here you can find a list of all your transactions. And if you want to look at a specific transaction type, you can use the filters to look at transaction type, time period, portfolio, or even transactions associated with specific ETFs. So for example, if I want to see the transactions associated with my MSCI World HSBC ETF, I click on this ETF filter, find the HSBC MSCI World, and now I can see all the transactions associated with that ETF. And I personally tend to quite like looking at the data concerning the specific ETFs, looking at exactly the number of ETFs I've purchased with my savings plan, and looking at the price I paid for each of those individual ETFs. The next feature is a feature I'm currently in the process of using, and that's the ISA transfer feature. You can find this feature through the options menu of your portfolio, and this does exactly what it says on the tin. It allows you to transfer an ISA from another provider to InvestEngine. And to do this, you'll need to provide InvestEngine the details of what ISA account you wish to transfer, whether you wish to transfer the current tax year balance, previous tax year balances, and how much of those balances. And then once InvestEngine has those details, they'll take care of the rest. And this is useful to those who want all their ISAs in one place, in one platform. And it's useful to those who maybe are paying high fees with an old ISA provider and want to transfer their ISA to InvestEngine to save on fees. The next feature is the ability to change your portfolio's weights. Most people tend to stick to the portfolio weights they chose when they created their portfolio. But you have the ability to change your portfolio's weights by clicking on options and clicking edit portfolio. You may be thinking, why would I change my portfolio's weights? And one of the main reasons may be that your risk appetite has changed since you created your portfolio, and you wish to update the portfolio weights to reflect your current risk appetite. For example, around a year ago, I wanted to take more risk in my portfolio, so I increased my exposure to equity ETFs, which is a higher risk asset, and I reduced my exposure to a lower risk asset in my precious metal ETFs. Once I made those changes, I used the rebalance feature to ensure that my portfolio moved to those new weights. The next feature is filters to help you find ETFs suited to your specific criteria and needs. You can find these filters at the top of InvestEngine's ETF range page. We can see there's an asset class filter, provider filter, accumulating or distributing type of ETF filter, ESG filter, hedged filter. So these are really neat, so you can really narrow down to what ETFs meet your criteria. The next feature can also be found on this page to the left of the filter row in the ability to sort InvestEngine's list of ETFs. So once you've applied your filters, you've found a type of ETF you like, you can then sort the ETFs by total expense ratio, so the fees associated with the ETF, or the yield associated with the ETF. You can sort low to high or high to low. So this is useful to find the cheapest ETFs, and also useful for those who are looking at dividend ETFs to find the highest paying dividend ETFs. So with the combination of filters and sorting, you'll easily be able to find the ETFs suited to your criteria. The next feature also helps you find ETFs suited to your interests, and this is collections. These provide pre-filtered groups of ETFs associated with different topics from ESG to emerging markets to thematics. And below this, we also have groupings for industries and sectors. So this may help save a little bit of time compared to using the filters. And if we look at an example, let's say we're looking at a thematic based ETF, we want to look at exciting themes. We can see here at the top, there's the most exciting theme at the moment in an AI ETF. The next feature helps us with the next step of choosing an ETF in providing a specific ETF breakdown. For example, if we like this AI ETF, we click on it, and here we can see a breakdown of this ETF. So we can see information regarding dividend type, the fees associated, the fund size, and if we scroll down, we can see the breakdown of this ETF, the holding breakdown, the regional breakdown, and the sector breakdown. This information will help you determine whether you want to invest in a specific ETF. The next feature is the graph feature, which allows you to see historical performance for your overall portfolio and also specific ETFs. Anyone who's watched my monthly portfolio updates will know that I love this feature. I love deep diving into the performance of my portfolios and individual ETFs. And you can use it to look at the performance over specific time periods. You can also compare the contribution line in blue and balance line in green to see the performance. The performance is the difference between those lines. And you can also view dividends over different periods by clicking the tab here. The final feature is the ability to see your total expense ratio for your entire portfolio, aka the fees you're paying for your portfolio. You can find this at the top of your portfolio, clicking more, and then you'll be able to see your portfolio's total expense ratio. Mine is currently 0.18%, and this shows me the total investment management and admin charges I'm paying each year for this portfolio. Now I've gone through all 15 of my favourite features. But let's throw in a bonus feature, but well, maybe not a feature as such, but definitely a bonus. And this is the fact that at the time of recording, InvestEngine is still offering a welcome bonus for new customers where you can get up to £50 when you invest £100, subject to meeting certain terms and conditions. You'll be able to find the link to this in the description below. But for this video, that's my favourite 15. Let me know what your favourite features are. If I've missed any, comment below. Thanks.